evening.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was so
Monday.
busy.
Monday. Really not
It's
too.
been a heat Monday, it's just a minute.
Correct. Monday is just any other day. It's just depends what your mentality is, right? Cool. Take a seat on the side of the balcony. Little bench here. Oh, grab a seat, Danny. Yep. Oh, where are you from, Danny?
Germany.
Germany.
Yeah,
What do you do over here? A football fan or are you a sports fan?
not really.
No? What are your interests now? What do you do? Travelling?
Yeah, like
Animals?
yeah.
Nice.
I didn't write down socializing because I thought
Everyone loves socialising, right?
yeah, it doesn't need to be specified.
100%, mate. Sounds good. Awesome. Basically, today's just a bit of a meet and greet. Yeah, it's just about getting to know you, getting to know us, about the company, what we actually do. First of all, congrats. Why do I say congrats? Because we had over 200 applicants.
Wow.
Yeah, so obviously a lot of people looking for work. So we've shortlisted it down to about 40, 50. We're a company we don't have to rely on, if we have 3 positions available, we don't just take the first 3 that walk in the door. We recruit, we look at 20, 30, 40 people because we want to find the best. If we find the best, that means the company's going to grow and really easy.
Apparently it is, so.
I suppose just to touch on that, we last year we had an amazing 2018. We incorporated as a business. I've been in the industry for nearly 5 years. Tomorrow is my 5th year since I started in sales. Yeah, so time flies. Thank you very much. Definitely didn't say that to get the congrats, but thank you for being nice. But yeah, we sort of had a good 2018. We incorporated or sort of expanded to the Sunshine Coast in October last year, and then that business has been doing amazing. They had a record in sales last week, over 200 in 1 week, which is in our industry is very, very good. And then Josh, who runs the Sunshine Coast office, he's actually going to New Zealand in 16 days' time to open another business over there. So yeah, no stopping for us. So we're obviously looking for some new talent to join and obviously be a part of either Brisbane or Brisbane, and then maybe expand to somewhere else if you wanted to travel on big things that you can do with sales. Because essentially you're just your own tool. You don't need any tools and stuff like that. You're not a trader. Yeah, you don't need a ladder to go and put up anywhere or anything like that.
Sounds great.
Which is cool. So essentially, we don't recruit people based on skills and experience. We recruit people based on personality and character. Why do you reckon that is in sales?
Well, I think that is the case because if you sell a product, you don't really just sell the product, you also sell yourself,
Yep.
I guess. So if you can sell yourself and you have something to sell, yeah, that might be very beneficial.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. So essentially, in sales, we're an industry which is monkey see, monkey do. And sales is just literally everything that anyone does in here is all taught. Some people, the best people have come through, not the best people, but there's been some amazing examples who have come through and know nothing about sales. Like me, I don't know anything about sales. Who've gone on to learn sales, get good at teaching sales, run their own business, and just be a really good example of what we do. So if you don't have any experience, right, everything is taught to you. So all we're looking for is great personality and characteristics. If you're brought up as a good person, no matter what you sell, just like as you said, Gary, you're going to be a good ambassador for that client or that brand or that company, and people will take you for who you are, not for like an industry. There's like a stigma behind it as well. So sometimes sales can have a stigma behind it, you know what I mean? There can be those pushy salespeople and kind of stuff. So we want to steer away from that and just recruit amazing people, recruit an amazing person. People can see past the whole stigma behind sales essentially and go, this person's amazing, I'll buy it from you because I like you. So let's just dive into it. Let's start with you, Emma. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Awesome. Cool. So tell us a bit about yourself. Obviously, you had a few different employment in the past.
Yeah. Hospitality.
Cool. Yeah, customer service. Tell us a bit about what you did like and didn't like about your past work.
Well, I mean, I started at such a young age, so the first jobs kind of got me into
How old were you there?
Living. I think I was like 14.
Right. Wow.
Like at the end of it. So,
Really early, yeah.
So.
It's like year 9 or something, yeah?
Yeah,
year 9.
10, yeah, something around that, yeah. So it was like a bit younger, but yeah, that was good. Like it taught me a lot about like sales and customer service and like what people were expecting. And then as I gone through the venting group. I don't know if you know her, but she taught me a lot. She's like girl boss and like
Girl
crazy.
power.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Beyonce.
No, sure, yeah. Yeah, no, she was good. She taught me a lot about customer service and hospitality and skills and stuff. And same with the other one focused more on barista, so and like learning about the coffee industry. But now I'm kind of just looking for like a different avenue. 'Cause, you don't know until you try, like doing
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah, cool.
it's that, yeah.
What didn't you like about some of your past employment?
Sometimes like the hours with hospitality, although it's flexible, it like can be, very touch and go with things like that.
Like getting out or long hours?
Yeah, both. Yeah, it's just not very reliable with hours. So looking for something reliable hours.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, like I've loved all of my jobs, being honest.
Yeah, cool. Obviously, a lot of sales and waiting customer service.
Yeah.
People all based around people.
Yeah, like I don't know. Yeah, I would never really be able to work without like human interaction. Like
Cool.
it's such a big part.
Found the right place here, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
exactly.
Awesome. Your sister's your role model.
Yeah,
Basically
I
the same
know that
person.
sounded weird, but
It's okay. Everyone's different.
yeah, well, yeah, she's taught me a lot in terms of like morals and ethics, and so
Yeah.
as I said, love myself.
Yeah. Cool.
Not in like a boastful way, in like a
Yeah.
I take pride in myself
Yeah.
and my work, and yeah, she's taught me a lot about that. So
More self-confidence and everything. Probably.
Pardon?
It's more loving yourself. I think you have to love yourself because if you don't, no one else will.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, other people and how you love yourself. So
Amazing. Love that. And you're obviously looking to get started pretty soon.
yeah, I just need to get 2 weeks notice to my other job, but yeah, I only it just depends how many like hours I'll
Cool.
get that week that I can like come in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Obviously, your hobby is environment, learning to be sustainable.
Yeah, well, I'm doing I did environmental management in uni, and now I'm going to social science this year. So
Cool.
definitely want to get something in that
Nice.
eventually. But
Awesome.
yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you. Yannick,
Yeah.
German. Hey, tell me a bit about yourself. When did you come over to Australia?
I came in August 2018.
Yep.
Been traveling around Melbourne, Sydney, Cairns, LA, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
Obviously, travel is one of your hobbies here, so you like to go and do a bit of that.
yes, I love it.
Nice.
Um,
And your past employment then? So you take us through some of those things there.
Yeah, so in high school, I would do a bit of casual waiting to, get a bit more pocket money.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that a lot, especially being around people and just being there and selling stuff to customers and bringing it to them. And when they are happy and everything is fine and you did the job well, I think that is a great feeling.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. And I've done some candy packing, but I didn't write that down because it was like too easy job.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was pretty much it in Germany. And when I came over here, I tried out some farm work,
Okay.
but it turned out to be not in any way what it was advertised at.
Okay, what was it?
It was at a banana farm,
Yeah.
and they said that I would get at least 5 days a week of work, 8 to 10 hours, and that I could even extend it to a weekend, and it turned out to be just a day and a half, so that I could cover the rent for the working hostel, and I wouldn't get any more money, any more work,
Yeah.
so I decided to leave that immediately.
Yeah.
And then I've been to Magnetic Island to do some housekeeping for accommodation.
Cool, man. Nice. What do you like? What didn't you like about where you worked? Obviously, the banana farm, you didn't get the hours you wanted.
Yeah.
You get the pay. Cool. And your role model, I don't even know who that is.
Yes, that's Anke Dorscheit-Berg. That's a German politician,
Yeah.
member of the Bundestag, of the parliament.
Yeah.
And she's just so inspiring. She's an activist. She's a feminist, and I think she's very interesting because she's so like she does all of that different stuff. There's a thing called guerrilla knitting, and that's where you just go out and knit stuff like a patch around, I don't know, a pole.
Yeah.
And that is a political statement actually. It's about making areas that are not so nice a little bit nicer. And she just does all of that different stuff, and she's so inspiring, and I want to be like her.
Nice, man. Really good explanation for that. Cool. And obviously you're keen to get started as soon as possible with full availability, man. Awesome. Well, I suppose a bit about us and what we do. We're a direct sales and marketing company. So basically, we don't make any products here. We don't physically make anything, although we make some coffees if you want a coffee in the mornings.
Always.
Yeah, correct. We basically represent already existing businesses, and we recruit, train, and drive a sales team, sales force to recruit or to go and get more customers for already existing businesses, to take them either to where they want to be, or if they're not doing so well. But the funny thing is, most people that have an awesome product or an awesome service, they're really good at that one thing. They're not necessarily so good at bringing new customers in.
Can I ask what kind of clients you have? Just like,
We've had heaps. Ready?
yeah, ready.
Yeah, we've had clients in the sports sector. So we've done the Brisbane Broncos, Brisbane Lions, Brisbane Roar. We've done in commercial, so we've done Uber, done solar clients, we've done energy clients, we've done food clients, we've done telco clients, we've done entertainment clients. We've done we've done heaps of different clients.
Yeah.
Done not-for-profit clients. Some of the biggest changes in terms of a company or an organisation that wasn't doing so well, not because they weren't an awesome group, just because they didn't really know how to get more customers. We've taken the Special Olympics, so a non-profit who were doing sports teams for kids with disabilities intellectually. They would do just did local programs. We took them from doing pretty much having to shut down programs to over $1 million, and they're still in business now. It's awesome. Alternatively, we've taken the Broncos membership base and stuff like that and making that sort of awesome as well. So diverse, all that kind of stuff in terms of what we're doing now and how much you can earn, business cycles, stuff like that. We'll go through in the next round if you're successful. Today's just a bit of a meet and greet to see if we think you could be good at what we do, if you like what you hear. So it's like a little first date, I suppose. And then obviously the first date goes to the second date if it goes well. Basically, what do we offer? So as I said, we're a customer acquisition company. That's how I put it in a sort of nutshell. We basically recruit drive sales teams to better clients' customer base already. How do we do that? Well, we offer three main things as a business. Because not as much as it is about you trying to find what suits you, it's about us trying to, I suppose, offer what we can offer you as well. So the three main things that we can offer, the three main things that people like sales and want to start with us is the first one is environment. When you first came in and met Kirsty, pretty crazy, Kirsty. Big smile on her face. She's a hoot to be around. I've known Kirsty for about 5 years, so it's been an amazing time to work with her. Not only is Kirsty's kind of at the front of our business, and then every stage you go through, we want to uphold the same charisma and enthusiasm and just good people. So we don't want you to go meet Kirsty and then come meet with someone else who doesn't not like Kirsty. Really, Kirsty's at another level in terms of enthusiasm. Not everyone can be like her. Maybe if I had 3 coffees, I'd be at Kirsty level. That's just how she is normally, and that's amazing. That's why I obviously got her in the company. So we also do like a beers and barbecue once every month. Barbecue, put some drinks on, play some ping pong inside. Anyone good at ping pong?
No, but
Have a crack?
yeah.
I'm horrible, but
Is anyone actually good at ping pong?
I played when I was a kid.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Not good,
Shut
but
it down.
I wouldn't say good, but there's a bit of competition.
Okay.
Bit of trash
Yeah.
talk.
It's healthy competition.
Just banter. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. There's one thing we do throw a lot of in. That's banter. Yeah.
I'm always.
Cool. So environments, and I suppose the number one thing is people love the industry and love the, I suppose it's the culture, because it's not like in any other employment. So I used to work in the bank as a teller before I started in sales, and that's very, do this, only say this, and it's very strict, whereas I'm not really that kind of person. So it's kind of appealed to me in terms of why I started. The second thing is self-development, and that's basically just as a sales is an industry where you can learn a lot about yourself, and you can take your own, because essentially you are your tool. So how you speak and how you act, and what you can learn, even public speaking, all these things are different things that will get you out of your comfort zone. And you'll notice, if you do sales and you go to speak to your friends a month or two later after you're in sales, they'll notice a real big difference. Not in terms of you, but how good you've got in terms of speaking or your confidence and that kind of thing. So it can do amazing things for yourself. Other things we offer with self-development is product training and personal training, not in terms of gym, but like personal development. So every morning we do training to upskill yourself. We also have conferences we do throughout the year. So this Wednesday we have a conference in Sydney. So Annika, who's 18 years old, she got selected to go down to Sydney. She's been doing amazing in the company. She's good at sales, but also good at teaching and training and help other people. And Josh Harvey's 22, he's gone down to Sydney as well. So all paid for. It's just because we see value in them. We want them to be a core part of 2019. Potentially go on to run their business and stuff like that. So all very exciting.
Yeah.
We also have we call them like business development trips. They're pretty much once or twice a year. So for example, there's one in Kuala Lumpur. Kuala Lumpur's, I think it's in Asia somewhere. But that's basically an education trip where you go over and just see how they do what we do in a different country. Amazing experience. And we do also do conferences, they call it relaxation trips or goal setting trips. We went to Noosa about 3 months ago. Pretty much just had a half day of goal setting and then a couple of days of beach and sipping some cocktails by the water, which is pretty hard, you can imagine. And the last one is career development. So I suppose these two here are most of the time what people start in sales, because it's a cool environment, self-development you get is amazing. And the career development is kind of like, I suppose, people that they like it, you can see the long-term part in it. You can either do two things long-term. You can either just do sales and earn things money for yourself, or you can sort of create more value by passing your skill set on to someone else, and then you can create more value but not do more work. So you can earn more money by not doing heaps more. Pretty cool.
What does that mean exactly?
Awesome.
Like, how does that work?
Well, what it means is everyone starts as an independent contractor. This is just sales, entry-level sales. So you basically just get mentored by someone who's already doing amazing. So everything you know, if you know nothing about sales, you just get taught everything. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Until you don't need a mentor, you can go and do it yourself. They'll teach you product knowledge, sales training, personal development, every single thing you need to know you get taught by someone. Once you get good at that, and you get to a point where you can do 10 sales in a week, and then you can become what's called an ICA, if I can draw properly upside down, is that right?
Yeah.
Perfect. You can get to a stage where you can get to ICA, and that's where you can do 10 sales in a week, and you can maintain that standard each week. Obviously, it's going to be good money for yourself, but what it means, you can do two things. You can either go down to a place and start training other people, which is called business contractor. So that's where you can teach other people the same skill set you've learned, and you create more value for the clients you represent, but also the company. Because now you can train other people that can do sales. The more sales that they do and you do, more customers go to the client. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that sounds kind of like a pyramid scheme, doesn't it?
Well, I suppose when you get a pyramid scheme, we're definitely a pyramid scheme. Do you know how pyramid schemes work?
I do, kinda.
What's your understanding of it?
My understanding is that it kind of works like that. You start out as just a normal person, and you do, I don't know, you sell products, or I don't know if this is a pyramid scheme. It just sounds a bit like it, but
They're illegal?
I don't know about the status in Australia.
Yeah, they're illegal. Okay. So yeah, definitely not a pyramid scheme.
Mm-hmm.
The reason we can do it that way, basically way of pyramid scheme. I got approached once by someone who was in a pyramid scheme, that you have to buy your way into a pyramid scheme. Does that make sense? So
that's a lot of money.
yeah, so basically pyramid schemes is they have their own internal core products.
Yes.
And you have to you basically, the more products you sell and the more people you get to sell those products, you can get incentive from that. But you have to outlay money to get in there, and then you can benefit from it. So just to make it real clear, you don't outlay any money to do sales here. It's your decision. Everyone's an independent contractor who works for themselves here. You're not employed. Does that make sense? So it just means that the reason we can pass on, so it's not I choose as a director to go, the more value you provide is the more money you can make. The reason being, you get paid on a commission basis, which means
Exclusively?
yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
most people that work here, or most people that get into sales, obviously want a different environment where they are working, but they also want the opportunity to work or sort of get an above average income from their employment or from their opportunity. So we offer obviously commission because you can earn more money than what you can. For example, Annika is 18 years old. She's obviously got to a VC level where she can do sales herself, but also train other people, which means that she can get paid way more because her value is way more. But if she was to go get a normal employment job, obviously if you're 18 and you have zero experience, because you've come out of school, they can only pay you the award rate, which is I'm not even sure. It's obviously the lowest. You can't get paid high amount if you don't have. Does that make sense? Correct. Yeah.
So
we,
is there a flat rate with the commission, or is it just commission?
as I said, most people sort of start because they want a different change from where they are. That's why we give you a mentor and things to learn what you need to learn. So most people that come through kind of want to earn an income that's not average, otherwise they just don't get a job, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all based on commission. There's no flat rate.
Yeah.
Basically what it means is the clients you represent, the reason they use us is because it's win-win. What I mean by that is, if we do sales, then obviously money goes to our clients, and they don't have to outlay any money if there's no sales done. Makes sense? So yeah, you do have that one end of the spectrum you can do really well, the other end of the spectrum you can do nothing. Yeah. So as I said, when I started, I didn't have any sales experience, but I was comfortable knowing I had a mentor who's going to teach me everything they know, and the mentor you get given won't be someone who's going to be a bad example. Obviously, we're not going to keep someone doing sales if they're not doing well. We've got 100% honest with you, sales isn't for everyone. But for people that see the value in the skill set they learn and are willing to invest time and effort into learning the skill set to get a long-term delayed gratification gain, it's obviously there if that's what you're open to. Yes, you do earn, in your first week, you do earn money because your mentor will help you make sales. Because, as I said, it's a progression structure where you can go from learning sales to then training other people who can do sales. The company will incentivize you based on how many sales they can do for the client, because we can't do any sales for everyone. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. I have a question about that.
Question.
Yes. So when it is entirely commission based, like on average, do people like at least make the equivalent of minimum wage?
What would you minimum wage? What would you looking at?
Say another job where you put in, I don't know, let's say I do 40 hours a week sales. Could I expect to make at least that amount that I would have made in a company where it's not commission based, but where you are paid by the hour?
What are you looking to make?
Excuse me?
What are you looking to make? How much did you want to make?
Actually, just minimum wage.
Yes.
So
just give us a figure. Like, give us a figure you want to earn each week.
each week,
You're gonna
about like, I'd say 600, something.
Cool. We've
500,
got,
600.
awesome. I think we've definitely got people like Annika who earn $1,000 a week. We've got people that earn.
But Annika is like, see what about what I would do.
She started here. Yeah. Someone taught her to do 10 sales a week. If you do 10 sales a week, which is the average, yeah, it's about $600.
Okay.
So, most people do earn that. That's kind of our average. It's 2 sales a day, which is very much over 6 days. Obviously, if you work 6 days and you get the skill set up to a standard, you can do more than that. The only reason Annika's she chose to go down that path. She could have easily got really good at sales like she is, and gone and done heaps of sales for herself. But she chose to obviously pass her skill set on and go down that thing. Because her goal is to run a business long term. So she wants to get good at helping other people and motivating other people, learning how to do recruitment, learning all those other skill sets. She wants to run a business when she's 20 years old. So she obviously wants to go to that path.
Obviously doing really well.
Yeah, but she's someone that came from, she was a uni student, had no sales experience, but as I said, we just recruit people based on who they are and what they want to get to. So yeah, we've got people that earn $300 a week, and that's just their choice. they're just in the industry because they might live at home. They just want to learn some skills, get some sales ability, and then go put that into uni or go put it into a different industry. That's completely fine. We don't really mind because everyone here really green. People usually want to earn more, obviously have aspirations and do work harder. But essentially, sorry,
and that pays off then. Obviously,
yeah. So after, for example, Josh, the guy speaking, who's a backpacker, is down Sunshine Coast. He's a part of one of our expansion plans. He only really got that opportunity because he come through and he did 6 days a week. He didn't take a day off for the first couple of months he worked, and that obviously paid off to a point where he got to go and more and more money. I don't know how much he earns because it's quite a lot. But the only reason he got there is because he was willing to go, cool. Every single person that starts has like a fear or uncertainty of I can earn nothing. At the end of the day, I suppose the whole idea of it is if you're not happy where you are, you can either stay there and stay unhappy, or you can try something different, and if it works out, awesome. Yeah. Usually the only people that I find that don't get to where they want to be with us, is generally because maybe they don't know willing to get out of their comfort zone. Sometimes in sales, because it's face-to-face customer acquisitions, you might feel uncomfortable at the start, but it's only to benefit you, and everything you get taught is to benefit you and done in an ethical way. So it just comes down to your personal, what you put in and what you get out of it. So we obviously look after you. And I said you get a mentor until you don't need one, and then you can go and do your own sales. And once you can do your own sales, then you can go above that. And essentially, when you first start, it's your mentor will do sales with you, and you do sales, but you be with them essentially.
Okay.
So there's people like Annika who's 18. You've got people who are a bit older, who are 23, 24, who are just starting. Doesn't really matter how old you are. It just comes down to what you put in. Yeah. Annika couldn't go and earn what she earns now in a different employment role. She'd have this. She might go somewhere else and earn 30 grand a year, which is like 600, 500 bucks a week, but she'd be earning that for the next 5 years because her age and her experience would keep her there.
Do you have a lot of employees that are in university? Because like my boss like with that.
She's the issue now.
Yeah. So like that would really affect
It just depends. It just depends how much time you can devote to it. Yeah. So when it comes down to how many days would you be in uni?
Only 2 days.
Those days there.
Yeah. Do you guys do hours just from like 8 to 5 or 9 to 5 kind of thing?
Oh yeah. So we can legally do sales from 9 to 6 Monday to Friday, and on a Saturday we can do it from 9 to 5.
Okay.
So as I said, commission based. So on a Saturday, generally there's higher chance to do. You can speak to more people because they're not at work and things like that, depending on where you go. So we do kiosks. Sometimes we go to like a kiosk. Sometimes it might be a sports event. Sometimes it's event based. Sometimes it's residential. Whatever the client asks us to do, we basically go and do where they want it to do because that's where their customers are going to be. So we never go to a sports ground and try and go work for non-profit because you're not going to find people that are comfortable talking about that subject there. You go to a sports ground because you're talking about sport. So wherever the customer base is, we go there. But yeah, essentially Annika's uni student. We've got at least 4 uni students, 18, 19, 20, all around that age. Doing amazing. So you obviously have that flexibility to choose which days you work.
Yeah.
I suppose it just comes down to the results you got to be flexible to put into it. So Annika's going to go back to 4 days a week. She's been doing 6 since she finished last year. She'll go back to doing 4. But she's obviously got to that point. She'd probably be lucky to speak to be honest.
Yeah.
If you get mentored by her. Even if you don't get mentored by her, she'll still be working. So you can still speak to her. But yeah, definitely got that option. And that's essentially what you can do if you want to go down the progression path. So the reason I wanted to go through that is I just wanted to get a bit of a guide. Out of those 3 things, like environment, self-development, career development, which one would sort of stick out to you as something that would appeal most to you about starting in sales? Or why sales would excite you? Which one of those 3 things do you reckon would be your main reason?
Always self-development. That and like environment, because I feel like they kind of go hand in hand a little bit.
You're exactly right, yeah.
But yeah, self-development definitely just because I am still quite young, so I don't know
Where
exactly
you can get
where I
to?
want my career wants to go. And like this is so broad that it can go anywhere.
Correct.
So self-development and environment for sure.
You're right, most people like the environment because it's fun
Yeah.
and school, and then self-development gives them the skills and knowledge, and then if they want to put that into a career here, can, or if they want to put that into somewhere else, they can as well. Yeah, I kind of...
Like investing in yourself.
It is, yeah, and that's these days. That's if do you listen to any how many of you entrepreneurial, like listen to any podcasts or self-development books or anything?
My dad teaches
Does he?
entrepreneurship.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where at?
He's at University of Adelaide. He was at QUT, but yeah.
Cool. I actually looked into studying entrepreneurship at
Really?
QUT.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, before I started here.
Oh,
But
okay.
I read a few books and they said that sales and doing direct sales is probably one of the best things you can do to get you ready for something like that.
Yeah.
That's kind of the reason I started, to be honest. Because I was like, well, everyone else is successful said it's a good skill to
So you
learn.
just like started just where you were and just
I literally did the same thing as this. I was working as a bank teller. My dad was a bank teller. He's still in the bank. He's about 50 now. He's gone from bank teller to like customer relations to managing a branch to corporate. Now he's one of the top jobs in Queensland. He's on it. He's kind of going the back end of his career. He goes to play golf a couple of times a week now, so he's got a pretty good life. But essentially, he's got the progression structure. He's like, well, I just want to go as fast as I can. Mum keeps her age, so she's a different path. She wants more lifestyle.
yeah.
So yeah, there you go. Where at?
She's
Swan?
yeah.
Yeah, it's local.
Pardon?
Just local.
Well, we live originally, but
Okay.
local enough.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
20 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
My mum does the call centre, like IT for
Oh, okay.
Queensland Education
wow,
in
yeah.
Rochedale. So she's
Oh,
kind of
okay.
got teacher aid to like IT support
Yeah.
with education
Yeah.
in Queensland. So
So, yeah.
you can, yeah, and that's the thing. Like once you get your skill set in sales, like you can use that to if you want to go into other sales or stay in our sales or go somewhere else. You can. Yeah, just depends. So apart from that, essentially we've done it with different clients. Essentially, I said we recruit people based on character and personality. So sort of 5 main things we look for in people is number one, the enthusiasm. When you're doing sales and whatever it is, you essentially whatever you do is that'll portray what you believe in the brand. If you're enthusiastic about what you're doing, they can ask you to speak about what your personal passions are. I guarantee you'll be able to talk for the next 2 minutes about it non-stop. So when you go and represent something like that, whether it's a sports brand or a non-for-profit or electricity, getting the product knowledge, but then being enthusiastic about it, it's trust. People love that. Because if you're going to go speak to your best friend after being away for a while, I guarantee you'll have a smile on your face and you'll give a big hug and you'll be enthusiastic to see them. The second one's honesty. Person, no matter what you're portraying or you're the face of, you're going to be with someone who they're going to want to trust and want to buy. So that's the second one. I suppose the last one is just self-motivation. Knowing you're having your own sort of reason to be here. Although it's not the company has its own goals, everyone wants to have their own. You might just want to do some travel, earn some cash.
Yeah.
I guess that's probably along the lines of what you're looking for. And that was what Josh was like, and then obviously got exposed to progression. So to take it one step further, is you should earn some cash and learn some skills. Obviously, you've got that aspect as well. So I suppose from here, we're basically just going to do a second round appointment on Thursday this week, where you get to know more about earning, progression, and how all the sort of structure of the business and how it works. So if you're successful, you get a call later today from one of the girls called Kirsty, just letting you know whether you've been chosen to move on, or if you don't get a call, don't take it as a gangster's not a bad person. Just that we look for certain types of people at certain parts of the year, depending on what our goals are, what clients we represent. Different people can be suited to different clients, different things. So we'll give you more information about that for the next round. Apart from that though, thanks for hanging out with me. Your questions are great, that's for sure.
Actually, I have one more question.
Let's get a question up there.
In this building, how many different sales and marketing companies are there?
There's 8. So if you look on the sign, on the way out, you'll see different posters. There's 8 different companies in there.
And are they all working independently from each other?
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Yeah, so some of us, we're all independent.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us work together on the same client. Obviously, with marketing, when in sales and marketing, we find it's better to work collaboratively rather than competitively. Although it's competitive because we all want to do good for ourselves. We do definitely work together on some clients, that's for sure. We just figure together that way, use the same skill set, multiply it, get a better job done.
And all the companies that are based here, they all work the same?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of all off the top of my head. Yeah, very, very similar.
Okay.
They just represent different clients. So obviously one client can't go to all different companies. But yeah, very, very similar. All the same. Some of them different strategies. different in terms of how they market, or the client they might have at the moment might do a different strategy, change from time to time. Whether you're, obviously, if you select, we'll tell you more about that kind of stuff. So we just wanted to go, do we like you, do you like us? And then sort of go move forward from there. We've obviously got 40 different people to interview. I'd be here. Yeah. But also it's kind of like we can't. I want to spend half a day with you to explain every single thing about it. But if if you like us and we like you, then obviously it's going to be the next step. Is going to be a smooth transition. But I wouldn't have time to interview 40 people with doing that 2 hours, 3 hours with everyone. So apart from that, as I said, thanks for hanging out. Lovely to meet you all.
Yeah, you too. Thank
Likewise.
you so much.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, feel free to just cruise down the stairs, or you can have a look at the posters if you want. Yeah, because there's a fair few there, man. As I said, that's kind of like a part of the progression as well, is being able to come through and sort of learn a model and a structure. So these are the companies now and stuff. So my logo's changed. So this is Mercurial's logo. That's our finished product. This is before. This is last year. So
Okay.
kind of like put a bit of time and money and effort into that kind of presentation. So there's obviously 8 of us here, so we try and work together rather than against each other. Although we do pretty competitive in terms of who can do the best.
Ping pong or
Both, all the ping pong, everything. Yeah. We're doing a sports day this Saturday with all the companies. Probably about half, to be honest. And then,
Just sounds like The Office. Have you seen the TV show The Office?
I have
It
not
just
heaps,
sounds
but
like
not
that.
heaps.
They do
but
like sports days
yeah.
and like
We just
days.
when you think about it, we're a people business, so if people love what we do and where they work, they're going to perform much better. Not only for the clients, but also themselves. So.
Yeah.
Apart from that, love to meet you all.
Yeah, you too.
And if you're successful, I'll see you on Thursday.
Great.
Okay, if not,
Thanks so
have an
much.
amazing day.
Thank you. See you later.
See you. Have a good day.